Hi, it's Luann Pierce. I'm here to talk to you about something that couples report as being one of the most difficult problems in their relationships. Men and women complain about this all the time, and that is money. Money absolutely is the root of many evils when it comes to relationships and couples. So, if you're hiding your credit card purchases from your partner or your spouse, or you are arguing every time bills are due and it's time to pay the piper, this next video is going to answer some of your questions, and hopefully you'll get some advice that can be helpful for you. So stay tuned, see what you can learn. Thanks.
Hi, it's Luann Pierce again. I want to remind you that we have a webinar coming up, and if you haven't registered already, you can do so by clicking on the button below. It will take you to a page to sign up for the webinar and give you options of days and times that it will be available. So be sure to do that. We'll be talking in much more depth about some of the things that we're addressing on these mini videos. So you definitely want to tune in if you're interested in these issues we're talking about that relate to couples. So in this video, we're going to talk about money. And money is one of those things that most couples struggle with. And about 70% of couples report that money is the thing that they argue about the most. So it's a big deal. With regard to money, we all grow up with values and beliefs about money and how to spend it, how to save it, whether to save for retirement, all of those things. As we get older, things change, the economy changes, and as adults, we have a different take on things often than our parents did or than we did when we were younger. So money is one of those things that it pays to take a second look at. Ideally, couples would talk about these things and get this worked out before they become committed couples. But many people don't do that. It's not a sexy thing to talk about when you're looking at the prospect of being life mates. And, a lot of people are really turned off by that. Nonetheless, it's a reality that we need to deal with. So, when it comes to money, one of the main problems that we hear about is that couples don't have the same values when it comes to money. And what that means is they may not agree on how you spend money, how you save, or whether you save money. Do you plan for retirement or not? Just rely on Social Security, and how to deal with credit, all of those things. So the first order of business really is to get on the same page with regard to values. This may take some negotiation, some give and take for both people. And if you're willing to, fight for your relationship and work out things in your relationship, then this is something that's worth working on. It is something that may take a while, but working out the details so that each of you feel like you have, kind of a win-win situation, that would be ideal. And so what that may look like is that have some give and take on both sides. Maybe you agree on um, putting some money into savings and you negotiate on how much money goes into savings each month. The truth is, some of us, are sort of addicted to immediate gratification. And we like to have the things that we want when we want them, and we don't want to have to put that off. Unfortunately, what that leads to in many cases is debt, and credit card debt especially. So even if you have money going into savings, if you're spending the same amount or more on a credit card, you're not any further ahead. So dealing with how you work with credit and how you address debt is also part of getting on the same page. So you'd want to start with sort of putting everything out on the table. One of the things that, frankly, is a bigger issue, and you need to be aware of that, is people who are hiding money or hiding the amount of money that they're spending, maybe have a secret credit card, or they hide the things that they purchase. Maybe one person is buying a lot of things and spending a lot of money shopping, or going on mini vacations or things like that, and the other person may be gambling or spending a lot of money in their socializing. And if you're doing that and hiding it from your partner, your spouse, that's a problem. In fact, that's a very big problem, because you're really dealing with honesty and trust, more so than money. And so those issues of honesty and trust have to be addressed. And you may need therapy to work on those things. You may need individual therapy, and you may also need couples therapy. It is not uncommon to see this in couples. So just know that those kinds of issues will affect other aspects of your relationship, whether it's sexual or emotional intimacy, and other things. So that needs to be the top priority. Get honest about what you're spending money on, how much you're spending, and it may help to keep a log of what you spend money on every day for a month, and sit down together and look at those things, and really get an idea about where the money goes. And then you can hopefully come to some kind of agreement on a spending plan, a budget, how much goes into savings, how much do you spend for retirement, all of those things. Many people do better with a cash budget, so that they're spending money instead of using a credit card or even a debit card. They use their cash, and people tend to spend less money when they're using cash than when they use plastic. So you may consider that. You pay all of your bills, and then whatever amount of money that you have left after your savings and retirement, you get in cash money, and split it up and use only cash. That can make a big difference. If you need to deal with debt, you may need to talk to a financial planner or a credit bureau. I usually recommend the nonprofits, or your bank, the bank that you usually deal with, if you need debt consolidation or something like that. And I suggest you do these things together as a couple, so that the checks and balances are there, and you continue to be open and honest about what you're doing and how you're doing it. So that's one thing. So once you get your values sorted out, and your priorities then, of course, will be: do we save money for vacation? Do we save money for Christmas or birthdays or whatever? And how do we access that? Um, and how much of our savings is long-term savings that we don't touch, maybe in a CD or something else. So you want to get your priorities straight, and from your priorities and your values, your goals automatically flow. So your goals may be to spend 10% of your income for savings and long-term retirement, and spend a certain amount of money or a certain percentage of your money on getting out of debt. If you have student loans, like most of us, there are ways to negotiate now to get your student loan payments more aligned with your income. So in many cases, you can have income-based payments for your student loans. So you definitely want to explore that if you have a lot of student loan debt. And you'll begin to see that as you become more honest and open about things like debt and how much money you're spending and where it goes, that your relationship, you may see less arguments and things like that. If you have a problem with shopping or gambling or spending money on things that that you can't seem to kick by yourself, you definitely want to get involved with the professionals. Talk to a therapist, go to a group. And if you need help planning financially, get a financial planner involved. The money that you spend will be well worth it, and it will pay for itself pretty quickly. So that's it for money. Our next video will be talking about children and parenting, and I look forward to talking to you then. Thanks.